All right, welcome to Module 9. We're doing grilling and searing. So we are making hamburgers and we've got our mise en place set up here. So we've got our ground beef, 1 egg, diced onion, diced garlic, and our spices that we're gonna put up. We have sliced a really big zucchini. We've had fresh zucchini from the garden that are this big. So we are grilling zucchini as well. So it's perfect time to be doing this. So we've got our meat, and actually I missed our salt and pepper. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna put our garlic in. We like our burgers garlicky. We've got our onion in, that's enough. And our egg, we're gonna crack it in the bowl. So that way, if we drop any shells, it's easy to take out. No shells, it's going in. Perfect. Everything on our drop bin there. And spices. Spice to taste. We're also gonna have salt and pepper. That has some salt in it, so I'm not gonna overload it. All right, fresh, clean hands already. So we are making sure that we're mixing and binding. We are not using breadcrumbs today because I am all out of gluten-free breadcrumbs. And like I've mentioned before, my daughter has a gluten allergy. It's a little bit, a couple big onions there. So we are working with what we have. And again, just like the chef said, not to over mix. And I know it's a little more juicier than normal because the breadcrumbs would normally soak that up. But because we have an allergy in the house, we have to accommodate. And I just don't have anything to substitute with gluten-free buns right now. Okay, so we've got a decent mix. We've got some good onion in there. We're gonna put it aside for half an hour in the fridge and then come back. Welcome back. All right, our zucchini, we are going to lightly baste with oil. I don't have a drizzler, so we, are doing this by hand. So it just needs a light coating. And then we'll just do this quickly so that way you can see how we're spicing after we lay it over as well. One more on. Okay, let's move that over and we'll just give you a little peekaroo here. We're just lightly spicing. And you can either, if they're small enough, you can flip them in a bowl and toss them. But these are just too big. I don't have a bowl big enough for that. So we're gonna finish these up and then come back and then go on to our hamburger sizing. Okay, welcome back. We have decided to actually add some breadcrumbs to our non-gluten-free, and we've separated for our gluten-free as well. So this is how we have to accommodate for allergies sometimes. So we're actually gonna start with shaping our gluten-free hamburger. And I think we'll make 2 small, I know we were talking about 6 ounces in the video. So we don't want, I think we were calling them pancake edges. So as we're going around, spinning and making those round. So this is our gluten-free patty. And we're actually going to use a wax paper to support underneath so that way when I pick it up out of the dish, there's no issues. Okay? So we're going can put that off to the side. And now, because we don't have to worry about anything else cross-contaminating, now we go on to our non-gluten-free, our glutinous. I wonder how many. This was just a small container. Yeah, we'll just make 2 good size. Okay, so as we're shaping, again, we're checking our edges for our pancakes. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. Making sure that they're not thin because we don't want them to burn off and become crispy. And then also, if we can pan over to our zucchini while we do this, we have spiced and oiled our zucchini. So that is all ready to go. And we will be grilling that as well. So we'll be good and we'll meet you out at the barbecue. Okay, we're back out at the barbecue. We have one that has a thermometer on the outside as well. So once we close this, then we can start to watch it go up. I just had it open because I was just checking everything. And the dog is out here. Okay. So we're going to open that up and make sure that we have cleaned everything well. So we've got our brush. Everything's going. We did pre-clean this before because I'm a little paranoid about that. And sorry, it's just hard to film on your own. Again, we're gonna do the towel test. It is pretty clean, but making sure that there's no shards of anything. And then we're gonna season our grill with some oil. I do not have anything to spread it along with, so we are spreading it this way with some silicones. Okay. We're going to start with our zucchinis. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We've got our setup here. We are going to start to place them down. And it's going to take a little bit because this one is a barbecue and a smoker combined. So there's the smoker side and the barbecue. We don't have an overly big amount of room on this side. So we're going to get these placed and then come back and show. So this is about all we can fit in right now. So we're actually going to do this in a 2-part series, and then we'll come back in a couple minutes and show us flipping and showing our marks. All right, welcome back. Let's check on our zucchini. So they've been for a few minutes, and we've got some grill marks going on. Some of these are pretty thick, so a couple of them are thinner, so that's good. And I should preface by saying, maybe we won't flip those ones yet. Oh, we've got some good marks there. I should preface by saying that I have never barbecued in my life. So I think we're doing okay. Oh, look at those good char marks. Look at us go. All right. I'll push those back. Make some room for our friends here. All right. Okay, welcome back. I just wanted to be able to show. We've got quite a few to do, so I just wanted to show when they were done. These are greatly charred on both sides. We've got those X marks. So we're just going to put that on our holding plate. And we'd like to char that side just a little bit more. So I just want you to be able to see what we're doing, but we'll come back when they're all done and we're ready for our hamburgers. Okay, welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we have, we still have a couple finishing up, but I want to get going on our burgers. Hold on one second. Sorry. And we are going to do our gluten-free first because we've already cleaned our grill and we don't want to have cross-contamination. Okay, so we've cleaned that off. We've got our little dip in the hole here, or little hole in our burger here. And this parchment paper is nice because then we can just flip it and let her cook. All right, and then we'll come back when we're ready to flip, or sorry, turn and sear, and then we'll go on to our glutinous ones. Alrighty, welcome back. We've got our gluten ones over here, our non-gluten ones here, and we're just gonna make our turn. There we go. We had some nice chard underneath. We just did our first turn there. These ones are not ready to turn. We also have to remember that we can't use the same tongs that we did here on here, because then that would be cross-contamination. All right, we are back. So we have our gluten-free tongs, and this is ready to flip because we've already turned. And I know that I should be using a metal thing, but I don't have one. So we've got some good char on there, and we're gonna turn these, but we are gonna get our different tongs. So just a little half turn, half turn. And we'll let those cook some more. All right, we are back and we are going to check the temperature with our digital thermometer here. So we have labels here that says beef, chicken, poultry, all of the good stuff. Okay, so we're back to beef. And remember, we want to check sometimes in different spots. So we've got there at 163. Oh, hold on. Oops. Reset. Boop, boop, boop. See, this one is quite high. I want to make sure it's consistent throughout. Yeah. So our gluten-free burger is ready. So I actually have some fresh parchment paper, and I'm actually just going to put this. This is just our holding tank. That is not turned on. So we can see that we're charred well on both sides. We've got our little divot in there. And I'm just going to put this in here so it just keeps and it won't cross-contaminate when I go to stack our other burgers. Okay, we're going to switch tongs because these ones have been turned and I believe they're ready to flip. We can see we still got lots of juices in there. You can see we've got our hole there. All right, look at those. Not bad for our first time barbecuing, eh? Okay, let's check on our hamburgers. So we've got our gluten-free burger wrapped up in our parchment paper. I'm just going to bring these a little closer. You can see on both sides. And, all right. Nice and toasty. Oh, come out. There we go. Let's try in another spot. Yeah, those are done. Okay. Reset. hold on. No, don't start without me. Okay. Yeah, these are done like dinner. Okay. Great job. We survived. So we're going to take our non-gluten-free tongs and transfer over. Nice juicy burger and a great dinner for everybody.